guys, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Jess and I like to talk about books. I've also been gone for a minute, and to anyone else who's coming back, my bad. So today I decided to do the mid-year freakout tag because I love tags and it's mid-year. I'm a month late. Still mid-year though, still mid-year. So happy mid-year, and I'm gonna go ahead and get started. All right, so mid-year tag. I got my handy dandy notebook and it's hot. All right, I live with my hair up, so whenever I have it down, I just assume that it's a billion degrees, even if it's like a decent temperature. I live with my hair up. That's just how it works. All right, question number 1. Best book you've read so far in 2021. Now, that book was a hard pick. I had a lot of great books, but the book that I'm gonna go for is The Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Ruiz Zafón. That book was just so good through and through. I feel like I got hooked instantly at the beginning, and it just carried on being hooked until the end. And it's not a short book, it's a pretty hefty book. So for it to keep me intrigued the whole way running, I feel like that deserves a round of applause. But honestly, it was just great. I loved it. I just can't say enough great things. That was the one book that like instantly, well, there was 2 books where I was like, which one should I go for? But the other one I am gonna talk about later on in this tag, so I was like, let me just go with this one to let it have its moment to shine. But yes, I really enjoyed it. I do have a little warning. There's a lot of like sexist things that are said. There's a lot of homophobic things that are said. Just a warning, but the book was actually really, really good and I really enjoyed it. Number 2 is best sequel that you've read in 2021. This was hard because I didn't read a lot of sequels. I read 2, it's not really sequels, it's just a continuation of a series. And those both were Harry Potter. So I went with the third one, which is the Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. The second one was fine. It was just fine. The third one, I enjoyed it a little bit more than I did the second one, but it honestly wasn't as good as the first one. This is my first time reading the Harry Potter series, if you didn't know, so this is like first impressions. I'm getting to know the characters. I haven't watched the movies either, so it's all new to me. But the second one, I feel like I was just kind of like rushing through it. Like I started it with good intentions and then I kind of started running through the rest. I feel like the third one, it did intrigue me a little bit more. I did kind of enjoy that aspect of this. Like I liked the storyline a little bit more than I did with the second one. So I had to choose the second one, but I haven't read any other really like sequels or anything like that. Number 3. New release you haven't read yet, but you want to. That is Malibu Rising. I have it right over here somewhere. It's since she announced that she was coming out with it, you know, I was so excited. You know, Taylor Jenkins Reid is just one of my favorite authors, and I say that because every book that I've picked up by her so far, which is true, I do want to keep, I did buy some more, so we're gonna keep going, but every time I pick up a book by her, I am never disappointed, and I enjoy them. No matter what the format is, I have a good time reading them. So I'm really excited to read that. I've also heard fantastic things because it's been out for like a month and people are still talking about how great it is. So I'm really excited to like pick it up and plunge into it. You feel me? Number 4, most anticipated release of 2021 for the second half of the year. So like after today. And I'm really, really excited to read, I think it's The Heart Principle by Helen Hoang. I'll put it up here. And it's the third book in the kiss quotient series, I guess. I was gonna say trilogy, but I don't know if she's just stopping there. She might continue. I don't know. I'm so excited. Even just the cover of it just looks so beautiful to me. So I'm just excited to check it out and read it. And I was so extremely happy with the kiss quotient. So I'm down for more books like that. Biggest disappointment. I would have to go with Girl A by Abigail Dean. I'm not saying it wasn't a horrible book. There were moments in it that definitely caught my attention and definitely were good. But a book as a whole, I was not feeling. I got lost a lot of times. I got bored a lot of times. And overall, like when I read the synopsis, I was so excited to like dive into the book. I was so excited. So at the end of it, I was really disappointed. I wish it lived up to my expectations. Other people enjoyed it, so I'm glad other people did because the story does sound fantastic. But for me personally, it was a disappointment, and I wish maybe a reread. Maybe a reread will do it. But yeah, that was a disappointing time. Biggest surprise. Now, this, I don't know if this means like the biggest plot twist that had you shook, or if it's like the biggest surprise in a book that like you went into it and you didn't think you were gonna enjoy it as much. But I chose Misery by Stephen King. This book, I went into it honestly thinking that I was not gonna enjoy it. I went into it like, I'm gonna read this because everyone is talking about how great of a book it is and how great of an author he is. And I've tried a different book by him and it wasn't it, girl. It wasn't it. But then this one, everybody was saying, no, you should check this one out. It's a lot better. So I checked it out and I was pleasantly surprised. I really enjoyed it. It gave me the creeps, but it was manageable. Because I don't know if you guys know, but I'm a chicken. Big chicken. Do not like reading or watching or being associated with anything scary. And that goes for like haunted mansions or haunted houses. Not for me. Real or fake, not for me. Any Halloween haunt thing that they do at amusement parks, not for me. Scary movies, not for me. Anything at all. Even just a scary story. Not for me. But this one I really enjoyed. It was more of a thriller, psychological suspense thing. So it wasn't like right out scary. Like there's certain scary things that I for sure will not even give a try, and this one wasn't there. So I was like, okay, I'll try that. I'll try it. And I really liked it. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. I believe I gave it 4 stars actually. But yeah, it was so fun to read. And even though I went through it really slowly because I was afraid, I really enjoyed reading most of it. And I say most of it because there were some parts of it that I was just like, I don't want to read this, but it wasn't terrible. Favorite new author, and that is Helen Hong, the author of The Kiss Quotient. I've only read this book from her, but I've already purchased the next one, and I'm ready. I am ready. I'm so excited. First off, she's from the Bay, and we support people that are from the Bay because that's how we are. I don't want to say a cult, but we're just very happy to be from here. But the writing style was just so good. It was easy, straight to the point, but like also really cute and romantic. And even though I'm not a huge fan of smut or anything else that's steamy, like 1 or 2 scenes is fine with me to like complete the story and satisfy that tension. But when it just is about that, like when the book turns into just a bunch of smut, it really just turns me off of the book and even the story. Like I lose interest. But this book that I just held up, The Kiss Quotient, the smut was a part of the story. You know what I mean? Like it didn't feel forced. It felt genuine. So I really enjoyed it, and I really hope that the second book goes just as well. I have tried to stay away from any review on it because I want to go into it not knowing much and just kind of plunging into it. So hopefully it all goes well. Newest fictional crush. And actually, my fictional crush is in the same book. I don't know why I put it away if it's the next one. It's in this book. And you may be thinking, girl, you like Michael? No, I do not like Michael. He was attractive. I'm not saying he wasn't a cutie and interesting and fun to read about, and I'm not saying that, okay? I'm just saying his cousin Quan with the tattoos and the buzz cut, but then his personality, he was like nice and like cute and like funny and like quirky. Oh my god, I was like, why is this man not the main character? Like, what? I don't know. His cousin was just, that was, they said tattoos and I was sold. That's how that went down. Right, so the next question is newest favorite character, and I left this blank because I don't know who would be my newest favorite character. I don't think I've read any books in the past 6/7, because I'm late, months where the character has like stood out and I've really enjoyed them and they've been my favorite character. Oh my god, maybe, you know what, now that I'm saying this, I feel like I'm lying. In One to Watch, the girl's best friend, I will look up their name and I will put their name right here. The girl's best friend, I feel like he was just so real. He was supportive. He had her back, like, and he was funny. Like, I need humor. So I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with him. But other than that, there's no other character that like stood out and really like made me like them a lot. Like, I liked characters, but not to be considered a favorite character. But I'm gonna go with that guy. Now, here is the next question, which is a serious question. What's a book that made you cry? A book that made me cry this last year was actually Becoming by Michelle Obama. Now, I'm not saying that this is the only book that made me cry because there's a lot of them. But I didn't just want to sit here and repeat books over and over. But I do want to let you know that I did cry with Shadow of the Wind, and I did cry with, what was the other book? Kiss Quotient made me cry. Becoming by Michelle Obama made me cry so many times, and I don't know if it was the fact that I listened to the audiobook as I read it, or like, so I felt like her emotion behind the words, or if it was because I lived through some of these horrible things that she was talking about in the book, or if there was also other times where I cried in frustration for her and her daughters, but mostly her, because it was just like, I didn't just cry for sadness. I cried for frustration. I cried for happy tears. I cried. There was a lot of crying in that book, but I really enjoyed it. It was great. It was a great memoir, and yeah, definitely a tearjerker for me. I don't know if anyone else cried reading that book, but it made me cry a lot. A book that made you happy. And I tried not to repeat books. I really did. I tried to like skip through and like find another book that really stood out to me and like really made me feel super happy at the end. And no other book made me feel like that than the Kiss Quotient. And I'm not gonna pick it up again, but I'll put it in somewhere because it made it on this list a few times, and I really tried not to put it on this list too much. But this book, literally, when I was done reading it, you can ask my husband because he was laying next to me in bed, I closed the book. Like, I took my bookmark out, I put it down, because I usually stick my bookmark at the end of the book just in case like I need to throw it in really quickly. I slit the bookmark out slowly, put it on my nightstand, closed the book, and then held it up to my chest and just held it and just sat there with it. And my husband was like, "You good?" And I was like, "Yes, like this was amazing. Like I didn't want it to end and I want to reread it already." Like I love books that make me want to just start from the beginning again. Like just close it because I'm done, and then like F this, I need to reread this and I need to go back into the story. And I love books that make me do that, and it just warmed my heart, and it was just such a good wrap up to the story, and I just loved it. Like it made me feel so happy at the end, genuinely. Okay, most beautiful book you've got so far or received, and let me grab it. Okay, first book, Dune. I was talking to my cousin about this, and he kind of gave me this look like I don't know what the hell you're talking about. But this cover is so beautiful to me. I don't know. Oh, actually, I feel like I do know. Okay, so after my cousin was like, "I don't see it. Like, I don't know. You're crazy. Like, what is so special about this cover?" My favorite color is orange. Okay. I love polka dots, and I love space. Like the stars and the moon, and this is like happiness in a cover. I don't know. I did start it. I'm like right here, and I don't want to say I DNF'd it because I do want to keep going, but I don't read a lot of sci-fi, and this is dense. Like a lot. And also there's a character named Jessica. I don't know if any other Jessica can let me know, but reading about another person named Jessica is never really attention grabbing to me. If anything, it's really distracting, and I don't enjoy that. So I think that's another reason why I haven't kept going on that. But that cover is gorgeous. And let me grab the next book. Is it really even a, Jessica Clay Cow video if I don't bring this book up? I don't think so. All right, Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Talked about this. Everyone knows I love this book. It's probably my favorite book. I want to say of all time. I just really enjoyed it. This book, I did read last year, but I bought it this year. So technically, it still counts, right? This cover is gorgeous. Look at it. Look at it. The dress. The emerald green. Why was that so hard for me to say? The actual green background, love. You could see her, the hair, everything just tied in, her nails. It's just beautiful. I just love this cover. I don't know. It's just gorgeous. And then I have the book of the month edition, but I've seen it in other books, like at the store. It keeps going. So you see her dress, and then it goes onto the back. It's gorgeous. I loved it. I love this story. And the cover is just so intriguing. It's so beautiful. Green is such a gorgeous color to me. And yeah, I need to reread this book ASAP. This is one of those books that just makes me happy as well. And also cry. Next question and final question is, what books do you need to read by the end of this year? And I have a few. There's the rest of the Harry Potter collection. I need to get those done. My sister's having a Harry Potter themed birthday party for her husband. And I made it my mission to read through all those books in there, and I literally have like 2 more months. So I gotta get it started. So read the rest of those. And I also want to read, let's see, where is it? Here are some books that I really want to read by the end of this year because they've been recommended to me like crazy. And I also love this show. Running with Scissors is one of them. It's a memoir. I enjoy memoirs. I heard this one is pretty crazy. Also a lot of vulgar, which I was warned about, but I'm excited. I'm excited to get started, and hopefully soon I get to it. I do have a lot of Harry Potters to get through. I also want to read My Brilliant Friend. Love this show. So good. And yeah, these are two of the books that I really need to get through. I also have, hold on, I just said the name of it. Malibu Rising. Read Malibu Rising. So excited to get through this book. It's Taylor Jenkins Reid. People have said great things about it, so I'm so excited to get through this book. And the cover is just beautiful. I don't know, water is so intriguing to me. Water and space. I don't know what it is about big spans of not the unknown that just get me going. I don't know. And the next book is Bright Test, and also the one that is gonna come out after this, which is The Heart Principle. Both books that I really want to read. So excited. So I need to read this soon, and then in August, hopefully I can get my hands on the next book. And hopefully I can get it from Book of the Month, because I would love to have all three of my books with the Book of the Month logo and everything. So I'm excited. I'm so excited to keep reading and keep talking to you guys about it. I need to do a little bit better job of keeping you guys updated, but I will definitely try. So that brings us to the end of this video. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you guys make a video doing the mid-year freakout tag. It's never too late. It's never too late. Make sure you guys leave a comment down below telling me what books you are planning on reading this year for the second half. And make sure you guys subscribe and hit that bell so you can come back and we can talk about more books, because it's fun. Okay? And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.